Hey guys, welcome to Keto with Danno. I'll tell you a little bit about my journey to start with. I was pushing 3 bills and a triple XL and waist 48. And today I am 185, waist 28 on a good day. Medium, I still like to do the large actually because I don't like the bindy clothes, but I'm happy with my results and I want to show you how to do it. Follow me in the kitchen and I will make you Asian inspired chicken soup. Hello, let's make some soup. So we're making Asian inspired chicken soup, and I've got all the ingredients out. I gotta tell you, I went to the grocery store specifically for bay leaves, and it's hard to find. I couldn't find them anywhere. So I'm using a Tyson rock Cornish hen for this soup. And as always, when you buy your produce or your meat product, you have to wash it thoroughly. I don't care if it's in a package or what. They could have dropped it on the floor, the butchers, or anything could happen, but always wash your meat. Anything, steak, poultry, pork, anything. Make sure you give it a good rinse before you use it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this up for the soup. I got to take off the little pooper because nobody wants to eat that. I know I sure don't. Typically for a soup with the rock orange, and I leave the skin on, at least some of the skin, because that's what gives it some flavor and a little fat that you need when you're on keto. So I'm just going to rip off a little bit of it and kind of leave some remaining. Plus I kind of get rid of the pin feathers too. Nobody wants to eat that. That's nasty. I'm going to leave the wings on. Everything's attached. Rock Cornish hens come basically cleaned out. I'm still going to give the insides a rinse to get rid of all the icky stuff nobody needs to see or wants to eat. Okay, so my basic soup, I usually cut it in 4 pieces. I cut off the legs. Cut off the wings. And I cut the whole carcass in half. So now you've got 6 pieces. I'm going to go ahead and give these 6 pieces a rinse. And tear off a little more fat skin that I don't really need. I gotta tell you, it's pretty exciting. Been wanting to do this for years. Okay, now we've got our nice big pile of poultry. I've got this Instant Pot that I predominantly use for rice soup in the morning, but we're going to use it for chicken soup. So we just got to fill it out. These Instant Pots are amazing. I lived in Bermuda for 3 years and I couldn't find an Instant Pot. If I did, they were like $3,000. I'm exaggerating, but you get the point. So I filled that up with a little bit of water. I'm going to add the chicken that I just cleaned right in here. give it another little rinse. Now it's all kinds of happy in there. So the reason why I call this an Asian-inspired soup is because you're using a little bit of some Asian influence. Actually, a lot of the Asian cultures depend on quite a few ingredients that I'm using. I'm using these dried mushrooms. You probably aren't going to find it wherever you are. I know most of my listening audience is probably in Cambridge, and you ain't going to pick this up at Cub Foods there in Cambridge, nor since years ago, but these are phenomenal. They have an acquired taste, a little rustic. They're dry, so you have to hydrate them. I started these at 4:30 this morning when I got up. And this is pretty much what they look like when they are fully hydrated. I'm gonna spill all over my floor. So I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna take this liquid out. A lot of people keep the liquid because a lot of people like the flavor in their soup, but I for one do not. I forgot to wash my board. I'm gonna get salmonella every damn where. So this is a very simple soup that I'm making, very simple. On keto, you want to drink the broth because the broth has all the vitamins. It'll help you get going through the days. I know they've got keto broth on the market, beef, chicken, pork, whatever. You can make your own. You don't need to buy those inflated prices. So now I've got the mushrooms here. They're dehydrated and rehydrated. However, the stem still is kind of tough. So sometimes I'll cut those out. But since it's going to be in the Instapot, I'm just going to keep them on in because they're going to soften anyways. I'm also going to add cabbage to it, and I had to make a special trip up to the market to get onion. I bought a whole bag of onions, went in to grab one, nothing there, so had to go to the market. Onions are keto friendly. They have a natural sweetness. Of course, we all know that because we cook them. Incidentally, if you take these remnants of the onion and spread them around where the deers are eating, they will stay away from it because they do not like it. So my neighbors don't like me, but I brought some plants back from Minnesota and spread these around all the winter, and they didn't even touch them. Lilacs, purple. And while I've got you, this show is not only going to be about cooking, my passion. My other passion is plants and flowers, gardening, you know that. That's going to be part of it. Cleaning tips that I found, going to be part of it. Since it's going to be in the soup, I'm just doing a rough chop. And in soup, a good soup, you need pepper. Let me get the onion off my hand first. You know, Rachel Ray has one of them garbage bowls. That's what I need. I need to call it something else, though. Suppose I can't call it shit can, because I don't think you can say that on whatever channel we're on. I really don't even know what I'm doing with this yet. This is Facebook right now, and I think it's also copied on Instagram, or Insta as all y'all young people call it. And we're venturing out on TikTok. But I think I need to get the YouTube thing going. I don't know about it at all. YouTube's been around longer probably than most of the platforms, but I just never used it, just to basically look at songs, I guess, is what I used it for. So I'll get a couple grinds of pepper here. Instead of salt, I'm going to use a little soy sauce. There's a little drizzle. And since Tony does not like spicy, I'm not going to add any chili powder to it at all because he doesn't like it. Okay, I think I've got everything in here. Oh, Asian cooking wine. Let me run it to the camera so you can see it. It's got the same winey flavor, but has more of a bite, I guess. I don't think Julia Child would drinking this on camera because it's not very pleasing alone. It complements a lot of foods, but not alone. Oh. So in place of Mom's homemade doughy delicious noodles, I'm using cabbage. Little cabbage is good in a soup. I'm just gonna peel off a few leaves here. Actually, I use cabbage in a lot of dishes. It's a good base product. I use it in a taco bake, I use it in a spaghetti bake, I use it in a pizza bake. Pretty much whatever you got ingredients for. And the one main ingredient is carb loaded. I use cabbage. Plus it's good for you. And it gives you gas. No, me anyways. I know you guys are wanting to know that. So I'm going to chop it thin, pretty much like I would a noodle, a homemade dough noodle. Kind of give it a little zhuzh in there. And I have got this is just a little, you're not supposed to do this. Shh, don't tell me I'm doing this. I'm just going to give it a little extra oomph of chicken. Put this back in the cover. Oh, and the reason I went to the store for these stupid bay leaves, I better put a couple in. In Bermuda we had, Jesus, if I could even see it. In Bermuda we had allspice, which smelled delicious, and I would cook it on the stove just as, instead of burning a candle because it smelled that good. It always smelled like ham in there. Can't believe I lost weight there. Anyways. Take off the little protector thing. Whip in a couple leaves. There we go. One more. Perfect. I think it's ready to rock and roll. I thank all of y'all for watching and stay tuned. The first of many episodes, and please feel free to add critiques or suggestions, or I like to take an older recipe and make it keto friendly. Lasagna, spaghetti, tater tot hot dish, I've done that. Anything you guys can think of, drop me a line, let me know. I'll be more than happy to research or play with it and see what we can come up with. Thanks for watching and appreciate you. Thanks. Bye. So, as I was reviewing the video, Tony reminded me that you didn't add the ginger and garlic, so I'm going back to do that right now. I know us up north, we always take the spoon and take the skin off and everything, but actually skin is very beneficial to you, so I'm going to use the skin. I'm just going to give it a crush like you would garlic. Give it a nice little chop. This way you don't have big chunks in your soup. It's all going to disintegrate and add to the flavor instead of that annoying bite that you have that's totally ginger. So we got that, and I always keep it in the same bag that I get at the grocery store because it stays fresher in there. I don't wrap this in paper towel like I would cilantro or thyme or anything like that. All that I wrap in paper towel and put it in the fridge, but for some reason ginger stays just great in this little bag. For garlic, I do the same thing. I just smash it. This is lazy garlic because it already comes peeled, I guess. You gotta use it pretty quickly because it doesn't last long. But we use a lot of garlic in the family with the keto and flavoring and whatnot, so we're all good. So I'm going to add all of this into my soup that I started. There we go. I'm going to grab a spoon and give it a nice little stir around so it's not just sitting on top. Let's go and get in there. And I could probably add a little more water too. Perfect. Give it a nice little touch of salt again. We didn't take the lid off the salt. We used soy sauce. So let me take this off real quick. And there you have it. And it looks like our dog Tuesday's about ready to come in because he's a little impatient waiting out there. Say hi, Tuesday. He doesn't look as impressed as I do. So thanks for watching, and look for more. Thanks. Bye. Finished product. The house smells amazing. Even though it's in the 60s, I got the fireplace on because you need to do that when you have soup. So let's dig in. Let's take a look at how delicious this looks. Look at that. If you could smell this, you would be amazed. Oh, that one's mine. The ginger and garlic. So delicious. It smells amazing. I hope you try this in your own home. And bon appetit.